Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Let's get one thing straight. Baz has had a couple of beers today. It's been sunny, it's been warm. I've been digging in the garden. Been down to Stonehouse as well. Only had 2 pints down there. Had a big fat Chinese. So I'm feeling a little bit cream crackered. I'm sweating like a bloody dog. Honestly, it's just so warm. I'm looking a little bit flustered. So yeah, I do apologise for that, and there may be a little bit of backlash of some gas during this video because I've had a big meal and fill up a beer. But what are we here to do? We're here to do a beer review, and we are taking a look at one of the beers out of the Lidl Oktoberfest box set. Now, it's the first one that I've pulled out of the box. Well, it's the first beer that I'm reviewing out of the box. But I've literally just gone in the fridge, blind, just grabbed one, and this is what I got because I just wanted to go random. So the beer we are looking at is from a brewery I don't think I'd heard of, to be honest, before this box. And we are looking at a beer from Bischofshof. And funny enough, Simo drank this last night on his live, as it happens. This is their original festbier, 500ml bottle. Lovely artwork on that. Proper traditional sort of German stuff. It's coming in at 5.4% ABV. There's the bottle crown. Almost looks like a Red Church Brewery bottle cap. Yeah, the box of 10 beers coming at £24.99. 25 quid bar 1 pence, in case anyone doesn't hear me properly. So you're looking at £2.49 a bottle. So I don't have that branded glass, so we are going to bang it in a good old Hofmeister tankard, because why not? It's a fest beer. Let's give it a go. So let's get her open and see what we get. Apparently there's been mixed reviews of certain beers out of the box. I've not seen any, if I'm brutally honest. So I don't know. Let me just get rid of that message from my mate JB. He's probably laughing at the shocking video that I got sent to me, that I sent to him from last Saturday, on the Saturday night out. Baz was a little bit worse for wear, shall we say. Oh dear. Watching it sober, I tell you what, it didn't half make me cringe. So yeah, German beer. You would like to think that pretty much any German beer is going to be a good beer. Not guaranteed, obviously, but beer in a glass. There we go. I'm not even sure if Simo had his in a Hofmeister glass last night. I could be wrong. I was just looking at the carbonation. It's a nucleated glass. The bubbles are rather wild in there. There is a little bit left in the bottle. We've got about 2.5 finger, real compact white head. It's sort of golden straw in colour, but it looks decent. So I say give it a swirl. Do I need to? Probably not, but we'll give it a swirl and have a sniff. Yeah, it's got that typical sort of fest beer aroma. A little bit stronger. I don't want to say syrupy, but it's got more of a sweet note in there. Not a sweetie note, a sweet note in there. For me, a little bit of a Hell's feel on the nose. Yeah, it just smells like a typical sort of German beer with a bit more balls, which is generally what their fest beers tend to smell like and generally taste like. But it does seem quite light, I would say, for a sort of fest beer. Maybe that's just me, that's just my opinion. But it does look good. So, Bischofshof. I'm not exactly sure what the brewery's called because it's getting late. Baz's eyesight isn't that great. The light's not great. And he's probably had one too many. So let's dive in. Bischofshof. I like saying that, Bischofshof. Original fest beer, 5.4%. Let's dive in, give her a go. Cheers. It's not a bad beer, but it's maybe not so polished as I was expecting. %5.4% drinks like a 5.4% beer. It's not weighty. It hasn't got that bready body feel, if you like. So I'm not going to say it's light. It's definitely not light. It's not wishy-washy. It's solid sort of 5.4% German beer body that you would expect. Carbonation's nice. Lots of small bubbles. The carbonation is there, pushing the flavours around the mouth if you want. But they're not big bubbles. They're not filling you up with gas. It's pretty smooth. Nice mouthfeel. I will say there is a slight syrupy feel to the beer, but saying that, some of these fest beers do have that because they are big sort of malty kind of beers. They do feel that bit sweeter. They do feel a little bit syrupy to a certain extent. That's what I was apologising for before, because I did say some of that, pardon me, could come up. Excuse me, let's give you some tasting notes. What I will say about this beer, and I got this straight away as soon as I started drinking it, was it's very clean and it's very crisp, despite that sweeter side to it, despite that big sort of malty side to it. It's still very, very clean. The crispness is still very much there. It doesn't drink like a big, heavy, sweet lager. It still drinks pretty, just like a good solid beer, if you like. Malty, hoppy. You get the hoppiness in there. There is the slightest inkling of a citrus note for me. It is only very minimal. I think, again, like I say, it's got that sweet side, which is maybe just kind of hiding that sort of lemon citrus kind of note that you get with a lot of beers. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty solid German kind of beer. In all honesty, like I say, I don't know if anyone has actually reviewed this, but it feels to me very much sort of Spartan like, Oktoberfest beer, Spartan Oktoberfest beer, like, if you like, what you get on the PD. It's very much got that sort of feel. So it's doing exactly what all the big boys are doing. And quite honestly, it's a really decent beer. Yeah, slightly sweet. It's a fest beer. You kind of expect it to a certain extent. Not sugary sweet, but big malty sweetness in it. So yeah, first beer from this brewery. And I'm impressed. I do like it. I do like it. What I do like about it, the biggest thing I like about it is the cleanness and the crispness of it. Even though it's a fest beer, it's still got that which gives it drinkability. 5.4%. Yes, you know it's got a big pear on it, if you like, but it still drinks really well. So for me, Bischofshof, original fest beer out of the Lidl Oktoberfest box, if you have been lucky enough to get hold of it, I think that's a decent beer. I mean, it's just typical German lager, German fest beer. It's just what they do. Is it the best fest beer you'll drink? Probably not. There's probably some out there that are slightly better, what have you, but it's a good solid beer. And like I say, it reminds me of the Spartan Oktoberfest. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But because I haven't had a massive amount of fest beers, there's a good chance there's probably one better out there than this. But it's a very decent drop indeed. And for £2.49 for a 5.4%, half a litre, decent beer, you can't go wrong. So there you go, there's my thoughts on this. Sorry I waffled on for too long. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you've got the box, hopefully this video will suit you. Watch this while you drink it if you like. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. It's about 8:45 now because I've waffled on. See you on another one. Cheers.